Hi everyone! As I record this, I'm feeling pretty okay, I guess, apart from endless sinus issues and some emotional baggage that I just carry around every day. But on the whole, I'm fairly okay, and that's a good thing because the same definitely couldn't be said about me last week. Oh, I hate this time of the month. It makes me so miserable. And it's not fair! Yes, last week was that time of the month. And whilst I realise there are going to be people watching this who are thinking this is a massive case of TMI, I happen to think it's important to talk about this stuff. It's important for women and girls to share this kind of stuff with each other so that they can give each other advice on what works for them and what doesn't. And sometimes just sharing those experiences with somebody who goes through the same thing can make you feel less alone in dealing with it. Essentially what I'm saying is I don't agree that this is a taboo subject to talk about, because calling something taboo kind of implies that it's in some way shameful or wrong, and we're actually talking about a process that is entirely natural and normal. Now everyone is different, so I am not about to claim that I speak for everyone in anything I'm about to talk about, but I think I can certainly say for myself, my symptoms each month are not exactly mild. I saw a guy on Twitter the other day saying, "Oh, you girls say period pain is painful, but have you ever rolled your ankle?" Yes, I have rolled my ankle, and yes, it hurt a lot, but believe me when I say period pain every month has me like, I'm somebody with a really high pain threshold. I've been told that by an actual surgeon who operated on me. But when it comes to period pain, for some reason there is just a whole other level of ouchiness that I am not on board with. Imagine, if you will, a demon inside your lower abdomen scraping at your insides until you pray for death. Again, I can't speak for all women, but for me, that's pretty accurate. And of course, the symptoms don't just stop at cramps. Oh no, you can also get migraines, backache, leg pain, fatigue, tender boobs, irritability, depression, bloating, nausea, diarrhea and or constipation, and much, much more. Yeah, you know those adverts you get for feminine hygiene products that feature a woman in a white swimming costume or bikini just running down a beach laughing? No. Whilst we're talking about symptoms, yes, this is the part where people get super squeamish because I'm talking about bleeding, but it is kind of important to note that while some people are very fortunate, there are women who have extraordinarily heavy periods, and I'm one of those. Basically, if you imagine a particular scene from The Shining, that's not far off what happens to me every month. Come and play with us forever and wait a minute, I don't think this is the scene she means. Oh. I think she means the one with all the blood. Oh, I mean that would make more sense. Then there are the hormones. Now, people make jokes about PMS and how women get irritable around their periods, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, because yeah, women get really cross about tiny little things. You try having a flood of hormones that you have literally no control over every few weeks. Oh, hi, I'd like to order a pizza. What do you mean I've got the wrong number? What do you mean you're the local post office? I want a pizza! PMS can cause actual depression, and that is no joking matter. For me, my hormones come into play, and yes, I do get snappy and irritable, but more than anything, sometimes they mess with my head and make me really, really depressed. Take last week, for some reason, I decided in my infinite wisdom that nobody loves me and that everyone in my life that I care about cares about me just a lot less than I do them, and they'd all be better off if I just left their lives somehow. And it didn't matter how much common sense I tried to talk into my brain. Oh, people show you that they care about you all the time, Emma. People do things all the time that show you that they care. I just convinced myself nobody did because of hormones. And all I needed was for somebody to go, I love you, Emma, because my brain was going, nobody loves you, nobody loves you, nobody loves you. And when they didn't, it just proved to my brain that they don't. That sucks, because in reality I know people care about me, but my brain just decided, nope, they don't. It wasn't until the next day that one of my friends on Twitter was like, I love you, Em, and honestly, it sounds really stupid, but you've no idea how much that meant to me, because it was just what I needed to hear. That was the worst I've been in a while, depression-wise, especially caused by hormones, and it sucked. And sure, once your period is over and you go back to normal, and you might start thinking about the things you got upset about or angry about and feeling really silly because you wouldn't normally react that way, but you don't actually have a huge amount of control over your hormones during that time of the month, so what you gonna do? In summary, periods are horrible. And mine are so horrible that I have decided that at some point when I have the free time, I'm going to make an appointment and go and speak either to my nurse or my GP and talk about the severity of my symptoms and whether there's anything that can be done about them. In the meantime, I just thought I would make a video where I shared it, because there must be other women who go through this stuff and maybe feel a little bit like, oh my god, is it just me that gets it this bad? I've tried to keep this mostly lighthearted, and I hope that it's not been a video that's made every male viewer go, ooh. If it has, grow up. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can click on my floaty head if you would like to subscribe, and last week's video is over there. I'm going to go and enjoy the next 3 weeks of my life. See you next week.